Okay, so the Kankakee Valley Cougars Rensselaer won the toss, and they go ahead and defer to the second half. So Kankakee Valley is going to receive that kick.
Who do we got back?
The receiving for Kankakee Valley back to receive. It's going to be, take a look at my chart here. It's going to be Lane Zander and Aiden Eichman back to receive for the Cougars in a stacked formation. Kicking off for Rensselaer Central will be their senior kicker, Kyler Sigmund. Sigmund also a member of the the soccer team. We're underway, and it's 2023. And here we go with the kickoff. It's end over end, and it's over to the left-hand side. If it goes out of bounds, it's going to be a penalty. Rolling that direction. Instead, it's picked up. Here come the Cougars on the run. Number 10 has that ball. Nice return all the way up and to the 28-yard line. Give that return to Lane Zander, and that's where the Cougars will start, 1st and 10.
Be generous and give him about a 10-yard return, but that ball looked like it was going to bounce to the outside, over the line over there, but the tall grass, which is in great shape, just kind of ate it up, and he had to bring it in and take it out and run it.
Eli Deerdorf comes to the near side as the Cougars come out on offense for the first time this season with their quarterback, Diego Arroyo. Diego Arroyo last year 40 for 81, 477 yards, a couple of touchdowns. First pass is a swing to the outside. They get it outside to Zander. He takes a look, and there's that Bombers defense. It's going to be a loss of possibly 2, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. And they're going to say he made it back to the line of scrimmage. The line of scrimmage was actually the 26-yard line. That completed swing pass makes it 2nd down and 10. Rensselaer in business. 11:33 to go in this first quarter of play. We have no score. Checked into the ball game is going to be Adrian Eichman. He'll be in the game a lot. He's on the near side. Deerdorf on the far side. Diego barks out signals. Look for him maybe to hand the ball to Castro, and it is a handoff to Castro. Castro with that high running style. He gets all the way up to the 30. We'll give him a gain of 4. It's going to be 3rd down and 6 for the Cougars just outside the 30-yard line.
They're just keeping it conservative right now, just as we talked about. Let's just go ahead and run our set plays, know what we want to do, know how they're going to react, and just take that one off tackle, take your 4 yards, and be happy with it. We're at 3rd down and 6 now.
Cougars 3rd and 6 as center comes out, and that's Kitchen bringing out the Cougars. Slot receivers on the left-hand side. That's going to be Deerdorf along with Zander out there. Look for the Cougars to run to that side of the formation. Instead, it's back to passes Diego Arroyo, and he's got a man downfield. And Zander, it's off his fingertips.
Geez.
He was wide open. Ball went from the 30 to the 30, but it's an incomplete pass, and the Cougars go 3 and out. They'll have their first punt of the season.
That was an excellent pass. It just a touch too far out in front of the outreached arms of Zander, but it looked like, and he really got some ground after he passed the defensive
he needed to run through that ball, I think.
Yeah, he ran past that defensive back and then started picking up speed, but bad luck on that one.
Diego Arroyo also handles the punting duties for the Cougars. Arroyo back to punt. Here's the snap on the way. Nice end-over-end kick. It's going to take a bounce and roll back towards the end zone. It might have been touched. Instead, it's going to be received by the punt returner. Nice job by the Cougars to make that tackle.
A 50-yard punt.
50-yard punt with no return. On that return was number 22, and that's Diego Hernandez-Reyes. They'll be calling his name a lot. 50-yard punt, no return. 10:24 to go in the quarter. Kankakee Valley pinning the Rensselaer Bombers back. They'll start out 1st and 10 on their 17-yard line.
So let's see how this new young line can hold up in there.
That young line being brought out by their quarterback. Quarterback for Rensselaer Central is Cohen Westfall, if I learn how to speak. Inside handoff, Cougars, they sniffed that one out. That's going to be a loss of 1. Good job, and that was Arroyo in there, as well as a tackle by number 22, Marco Castro.
I think it was Hernandez-Reyes trying to see what would happen up front, and nothing doing, actually a loss of 2.
So -2 on that carry makes it 2nd down and, well, they'll call it -1. We're going to call it -2. 2nd down and 12, ball on the 16-yard line. Bombers have got to make it to the 27-yard line. There's another inside handoff, and he breaks contain. Good job by the Cougars to get a stop.
Nice read there by checking the outside and making a bolt to the left there, getting just off guard, between off guard and tackle, to go ahead and pick up about 7 yards.
They'll call it a gain of 8, so it's a run, 2 runs in a row for the Bombers. They've got 6 yards on this drive after an 8-yard gain. 9:33 to go in this first quarter of play. 3rd down and 3, ball rests on the 23-yard line. Again, tight formation for Rensselaer Central. They like that wing back. Wing back in motion. They hand off inside again. And he tries to break contain. He may have gotten at least a yard and a half. But it looks like it's going to be 4th down and a long 2. And Rensselaer Central is going to have to punt. Hopefully we're going to have more than just a defensive battle here tonight. 3 rushes on that drive. Only a gain of 9 yards, total yards on that drive. If I learn how to speak, Ken, I'll learn how to speak sometime today, I promise.
Yeah, just keep it up.
That's right.
Keep the practice up. You'll get there. I can babble with the best of them, too, so don't worry about it.
Sigmund back to punt. Sigmund takes the snap, and it's a nice punt. Little sidewinder. Lane Zander takes a look. He's going to retrieve it at the 40. He's to the 45. He keeps his feet to the 50. He's at the 45.
Gone.
He's outside. He tries to stay in bounds, and he just stepped out, or he was going for pay dirt. Nice return from Zander. He gets all the way down to the 32-yard line. Kankakee Valley in business in Rensselaer Central territory.
And that was a good return of about 35 yards.
So a 35-yard return.
And that was probably a 40-yard punt I would give him.
I trust you.
But nice return, nice blocking by the KV Cougars. Go ahead and set up that little wall for him, and he was good, smart enough to just stay right along the sidelines.
Cougars with a split back formation, and there's going to be looks like a substitution penalty. No, there's going to be a timeout, Kankakee Valley Cougar. So with that timeout, we're going to thank another one of our sponsors. Route 1 Chevy is happy to support Northwest Indiana High School athletics as well as serve the new and pre-owned vehicle and service needs of their customers in Northwest Indiana. Over the past decade, Route 1 Chevrolet in Momence, Illinois has consistently received the highest sales and service satisfaction ratings of any General Motors dealer in all of Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. Their customers have made them number one. When you think of what's important to you, think of number one, Route 1. Route 1 is open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday. Route 1 is conveniently located at 631 North Dixie Highway in Momence. Route 1 is 10 minutes from Lowell, 15 minutes from Cedar Lake, and only 20 minutes from DeMott. In all cases, Northwest Indiana customers are only moments from Momence. Route 1 can be reached at 815-424-6068, and you can find them on the web at route1chevy.com. So Cougars in business. They're at the Rensselaer 32, 8:37 to go in this first quarter of play. Great field position as they've changed the formation. They hand the ball inside to Castro. Castro again with that high running style. It looks like he got about 6.5, maybe 7 yards on that carry.
Yeah, nice right up the middle. Good blocking up front. Kind of opened part of the ways there, and he was able to go ahead and pick up 7 yards.
So the first rush for Castro. Castro already having a good night. Castro really holds the ball high, Kent. He likes to run in that high running style. 2nd down and 4, ball on the 26-yard line. 8 minutes to go in this first quarter of play, so glad you could join us here on Regional Radio Sports. Again, they bark out the single, and they hand it to Castro. Castro breaks contain. He gets into the secondary. Castro's got into the Family Express red zone. Ball's on the 16-yard line.
Picked up about another 7 on that one, too.
7 yards makes another first down.
So they did a little play action back there. Looked like they were going to try and go to the right, but they went ahead and handed it off up the middle to Castro again. So now they're moving the big fella at the on Rensselaer to the middle. Nope, looks like he's going over the side.
So again, Castro off to the left hip of Diego Arroyo. Stop on that was by number 45, Peyton Joseph. So now Castro gets another high handoff. Castro still trying to move those feet. 838 yards last season for Castro. He gets a gain of 3, makes it 2nd down and 7. So far on this drive, 3 rushes from Castro. He's already got 17 yards on this drive.
They need to tighten up their snaps back to the quarterback. Those are the things that could kill a drive. You snap one over the top of the quarterback's head. So they've got to go ahead and get that snap back in there.
Eli Dixon had to stop for Rensselaer Central. Split backfield, and they've got the fullback who wears the funky number 84, Braden Swallow to the left, Castro to the right. Castro, now there's a pass inside. Deerdorf's got it all the way down to the 1-yard line. Cougars in business. They're right on the doorstep. Castro to Deerdorf, a nice reception. Call it 13 yards on that pass reception. Cougars are in business on the doorstep, trying to get the first touchdown of the season. Should be a tight formation for the Cougars.
Good coverage there by Rensselaer, but it was just a beautiful pass. Nice slant moves by both the wide receiver and the slot. So they had to go one-on-one, and he was able to pick it apart.
Deerdorf to the far outside. Castro trying to get behind that line. He can't get there. It's going to be close, and they're going to say he's at the half-yard line. We'll give him no gain. But another rush. 4 rushes on this drive so far in one pass. A great 14-yard or 13-yard reception to Deerdorf. Eichmann comes off the field, and they're going to go big again. Cougars trying to get the first touchdown of the season. Last year, they lost to Rensselaer Central 19-0. So it's been 2 years since they've scored against Rensselaer Central as the clock winds towards 6 minutes. Castro takes the snap. Oh, and that's an offensive lineman who jumped. That's the right guard. That's Miles Kitchen, the sophomore. That's going to push the Cougars back 5.
That could be the difference between 7 and 3.
My goodness. They're going to bring back another player into the game, shuttle him in. Xander comes out of the ball game. Bringing into the Cougars with the play is going to be 22, Marco Castro.
Those are the jitters we talk about that you got to control. You've just got to, go ahead and stay focused on what you're doing and pay attention.
Diego Arroyo again looking for the signal. Here comes the snap. They're going to flip it outside in a pitch. He's got room if he wants it. He gets to the outside. Touchdown, Cougars!
He got in there. Nice job of stretching it out to get out to the outside.
6-yard touchdown run for Marco Castro. And just like that, Kankakee Valley draws first blood in this battle for the Cracker Barrel. Cougars get the touchdown. It's 6-0 Kankakee Valley.
That's the way you draw it up when you think about how you're going to get your first touchdown. You get a good punt return, gets it down in there. You mix up a little bit of passing with some strong running. So they're looking pretty versatile at the offense.
Alex Sayers on to attempt the extra point. Swallow will be the holder with the snap from Diego Arroyo. Ball on the way. And the kick is up. And it's good. And at the end of that drive, 5:44 to go in this first quarter of play, Kankakee Valley has a 7-0 lead. We'll take a quick 60-second timeout, and when we come back, we'll have the kickoff. Kankakee Valley with a 7-0 lead here on Regional Radio Sports.
State Farm Insurance asked, what if you're walking out to your car and it's been mashed by a runaway garbage truck? Having a State Farm agent means having a real person to help you when things go wrong. So when accidents happen, you've got someone you know who will be there when you need them. See Connie Bernardi, 1072 Joliet Street, U.S. Highway 30 in Dyer. Call Connie at 219-322-9959. State Farm agent Greg Taylor is at 794 McCool Road in Valparaiso. Call Greg at 219-762-4911. And Dave Ross, 450 West Lincoln Way, Suite 210 Valparaiso, 464-3581.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Kankakee Valley with a 32-yard drive, 2 minutes and 17 seconds. 6 plays capped off by Marco Castro's 6-yard touchdown run. Cougars with a touchdown. They lead this ball game 7-0.
Who do we have back to receive for the Bombers?
Back for Rensselaer Central. Their returners are listed as Barco, Doyle, and Ogborn. And that's who's back there. Kickoff's going to be coming off the foot of number 40, Sayers, with his first extra point of the season. He's on the way. Kick on the way. End over end. It's a little bit short. Taken in there by number 32, Ogborn. Ogborn on the run. Ogborn still on his feet. He gets run out at the 30-yard line. Rensselaer Central going to be getting the ball 1st and 10 at the Kankakee Valley 30-yard line.
So would you have about an 8-yard return?
I'd call it an 8-yard return. I'll call it whatever you want me to call it there, Kent Rosenbaum. So glad you're here today. Ball actually rests on the 31-yard line. It's 1st and 10. 5:37 to go in our first quarter of play. Kankakee Valley with a 7-0 lead. Now let's see what the Cougars can do on defense. Rensselaer Central, they don't like to stop for anything. They've got a little bit of youth up front, but they've got some size. Rensselaer Central, pretty big for a 2A school.
Yeah, they've got some speed, too.
Ball to the outside.
This end.
Here comes to the outside. Nice turn inside. Good tackle out there as well. Hernandez Reyes on the run, but the tackle made by number 10 for the Cougars. Nice job on the outside.
Yeah, that was number 10. That was Yala. No, I take that back.
That would be Lane Zander.
Zander did a nice job at hanging on to him and pulling him back.
Hog tying him, if you will. So the ball was on the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 7. 5 minutes to go exactly. Another inside handoff, and boy, these Rensselaer Bombers don't stop. That was a nice job of his second effort. We'll give him a gain of 4 and a first down. Ball moves forward to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, so far Hernandez has got their yardage, 17 yards on 5 carries.
So number 22 doing a lot of work, Hernandez Reyes. He's got a long last name. He's already gotten a lot of yardage as well.
Look at KV. They've got a 6-man front, so they're not expecting to see any passing.
Yeah, the Rensselaer Central not known for their passing prowess, that's for sure.
So they've got it packed in.
Another handoff inside, another gain of about 5 yards.
Yeah, I'd say 5 yards for Hernandez Reyes.
Hernandez Reyes with another gain of 5. 3 rushes so far, and if you take a look at my score sheet, you see the Rensselaer side. You don't see any passing. Kankakee Valley with 1 key pass. It was an 11-yard reception down to the 1-yard line, and even though there was a 5-yard penalty, Cougars punched it into the end zone. 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go in our first quarter of play, and there's another reverse handoff. That's a nice job by Rensselaer. They got the handoff to Reyes, Hernandez Reyes, and then an inside handoff to number 5, Aaron Barco on the reverse. They love that play.
Barco looks like he was just short of the first down, but that was a nice double reverse.
Give him a gain of 5. It's going to be 3rd down. 1 yard to go. Ball rests on the 48-yard line. And I don't think they're looking at their watches. I think the linemen have got numbers on their plays, and so they're checking out their wristbands.
Just please don't tell me they're looking at their phones.
They're looking at their phones. Of course they're looking at their phones. Snap back, and they're going to hand it on the inside to Reyes Hernandez, and he breaks contain. He gets to the outside. He's still on his feet. Lane Zander had a chance to wrap him up. He got a little bit of help back there from number 6, and that's Jaden Anderson, the junior, 185-pound junior, made the stop, but that's another first down. So it's a gain of how much on that one?
I give him 6 yards, yep.
Exactly.
6 on that one.
So 5 rushes on this drive so far. Ball rests on the 42-yard line of the Kankakee Valley Cougars. Cougars leading 7-0 on the strength of a Castro touchdown. Sayers with the extra point. Bombers again back in the offense. They're going to hand it inside, and this time Kankakee Valley saw it.
This time they got in the backfield and pulled him down.
Absolutely. Defensive end comes in there. That's Gabe Kistler. Gabe Kistler wrapped him up inside. We'll call it a gain of possibly a half a yard. They'll say no gain. So another rush on this drive. So far there's 6 rushes.
The offensive line for the Bombers seems to be gelling on this drive. Seems like they're able to handle that 6-man front.
Cougars with 6 men up front. They've changed it. Now there's going to be Barco swinging to the left-hand side. They slipped it out. Nice job by the Cougars to find it to the outside. Give the stop to number 58 for the Cougars. That's Edward Ritchie. Ritchie came into the backfield. It's a huge loss. Call it a loss of 6 possibly.
Is that Barco that was on the loss?
Barco on the carry. We're going to call it a loss of 6. Barco was contained. Nice job by the defensive end to come up the field, but not to go too far inside. He just went in his lane.
Well, the defensive end's job is to contain, to just try and keep turning everything back in as much as possible. Even if you don't make the tackle, your pursuit should be able to take care of the tackle, but he did a nice job of doing both.
Now that there's a penalty flag or maybe a timeout by Rensselaer Central. There is a timeout on the field. Rensselaer Central takes it. So each team has taken 1 timeout.
Where are we at with the time here at this first timeout?
Looking at 1:48 left in this quarter. This timeout is being brought to you by Ivy Tech Lake County. It's the final days for registration for fall classes at Ivy Tech Community College, Lake County. Fall classes start Monday the 21st of August, so you have a little time to enroll, but not much. From information technology to healthcare, automotive to hospitality, Ivy Tech Lake County has programs designed to get you where you want to be, so you're ready for the job you want. Call 219-392-3600. Visit ivytech.edu ivytech.edu/Lake County and enroll today. Your future begins this fall, and it begins at Ivy Tech Lake County. I think, really, Kent, I'm going to take a reading class at Ivy Tech Lake County. Nice job by young Mr. Marlowe to get the student section. Cougars fans are excited. They got a touchdown to lead this ball game. Remember last year in the game, it was basically 7-0 for most of that ball game before Rensselaer scored at the end. But right now the Bombers have 7 rushes on this drive. They started out at the 30. They've moved it all the way up to the 48 of the Kankakee Valley Cougars. Third down and a long down and distance. Let's see if we get a pass from our quarterback, Mr. Westfall, and he's back to pass left-handed. He's got a receiver. No, and it's there. Barco's got it. He's all the way in for the touchdown.
48-yard throw. Nice job, youngster. Nice job, Westfall.
Xander went for the pick. He missed it, and it was a 48-yard touchdown reception. It went Westfall to Barco, and with the extra point pending, it's 7-6, KV with the lead.
The defensive back came across and thought he was going to be able to tip it away. He may have got a finger on it, but not enough to knock it away from Barco, who was running a nice post pattern right up the middle. I think he came right out of the backfield and just ran straight through the line of scrimmage.
So the first pass completed in the career of Mr. Cohen Westfall. Cohen Westfall gets a touchdown, 48 yards, extra point pending, kick on the way, it's up. And we're all tied at 7.
Nice play. I should say his first touchdown, his first pass of his high school career, varsity career, he gets a touchdown.
We'll go ahead and take a quick 60, and when we come back, we'll have more high school football. 7-all is our score here on Regional Radio Sport.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Back here at Rensselaer Central, our score 7-7. 48-yard touchdown reception from Cohen Westfall, the 6', 185-pound sophomore. Slung the ball left-handed. Xander tried to make the play, but you know what? He got his nails done today, so he just had a little less to do. The ball wasn't tipped. It was a 48-yard touchdown reception, so it was a 70-yard drive.
As he came across, I thought this is just going to be knocked away, but it just got through. Maybe it was just a little bit too far out than he thought, but he came through there pretty nonchalant to tap it away. But credit to the Rensselaer Bombers for the good composure after a big loss, was able to come around and turn that 48-yard touchdown play into a great momentum builder for themselves.
2 minutes and 11 seconds on that drive. Sigmund is getting ready to take the kickoff. Back to receive for the Cougars, Xander and Eichmann. Can Xander make up for this? He had a touchdown in the sectional. They try to switch sides. They go to Xander's side. Xander's over there waiting for the ball to come down. It does. He gathers it and comes to the middle of the defense. He's got room to run. Xander's on the move. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. He's at the 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, KV Cougars.
What a run. That turned out to be about an 83-yard run for Xander to go ahead and cut straight across the field. There was no bobbing and weaving about that one. He saw his hole, and then after he got through that nice hole that was created by the return team, he was just a foot race, and he was able to turn on the blazers and get down the sidelines.
Lane
Great
Xander
effort.
making up for that defensive mistake by bringing the ball all the way back to the house, 83 yards, and just like that, the Kankakee Valley Cougars score in 13 seconds, and they get that touchdown, and they now take the lead, 13-7, extra point on the way. Here's the snap. Hold down, on the way, kick on the way, line drive.
Is it through?
But it's good.
The bullet made it through.
Kankakee Valley gets a touchdown return, The score 14-7. Cougars with the lead. We're back in 60 on Regional Radio Sports.
NITCO is proud to support athletes around Northwest Indiana. Let NITCO bring you the best in-home Wi-Fi experience ever. Our new NITCO Wi-Fi Plus creates a perfect Wi-Fi experience. It's adaptable. It has a motion detector built in and also has child protection controls, all for just $12.95 per month. Order NITCO Wi-Fi Plus today. Call 219-996-2981 or on the web at nitco.com and be connected. Always at NITCO.
First home, dream home, forever home. Tech Credit Union has the right home loan for you. Their loan officers can help you purchase a home, refinance your current mortgage, or unlock your home's equity to get cash out for any purpose. Let Tech Credit Union show you why they are a better option for a home loan. Learn more at www.techcu.org or call toll-free 1-800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union is an equal housing lender and federally insured by the NCUA.
Lane Zander found the end zone back here at Rensselaer Central on the Northwest Indiana Game of the Week presented by Route 1 Chevy. Kickoff on the way. It's an end-over-end kick, and it is short. It's going to be received on the left side of the formation. Cougars trying to get a stop. Can they return the kick again?
Whoa!
Kicker on the way, and this time almost another return.
That is 87.
Okay, so give that kick return to number 87 for the Bombers.
Doyle. Caden Doyle.
Caden Doyle with the return.
I think there's going to be tackling practice for both of these teams come Monday.
So Rensselaer Central starts on their own 44-yard line.
What did we give him there, about a 24-yard return?
I'd say it was a 24-yard return. That was exactly what I was going to say. Why are you taking my thunder, man?
I'm just guessing.
That's my whole life.
Great minds think alike. There you go.
Westfall takes a look for the pitch to the outside. Nice job by Hernandez. Oh, and he fell down. I think the turf monster or the grass monster got a hold of him. We'll give him a gain of 1. So just a gain of 1 on that carry. But so far, a lot of work so far from number 22, Diego Hernandez-Reyes.
9 carries, 31 yards.
So 9 carries, 31 yards already. He's a workhorse. He's on the pace for about $120 this ball game. Clock winds under 1 minute. Second down and 9, ball on the 45-yard line as the clock continues to wind. Quarterback brings him up to the line. Nice job so far running this offense from the young man, Cohen Westfall. Westfall looks for the inside handoff. Marco gets stood up. He gets brought down. A host of Cougars make the stop, including Cam Anderson, the 5'10", 180-pound senior, makes a stop on the inside. He's an offensive lineman and a linebacker. Give him a gain of 3.
Yeah, a nice misdirection there. Inside handoff to try and find something, along the line of scrimmage. Maybe he can pick his hole there, wherever it may open up there. But give credit to the Rensselaer Bombers front line there. I mean, they're handling that 6-foot front pretty good.
So it's the end of one quarter of play, and our score, Kankakee Valley 14, Rensselaer Central 7. Take a 60-second timeout and bring you the second quarter of play. Cougars in the lead on Regional Radio Sports.
State Farm Insurance asked, what if you're walking out to your car and it's been mashed by a runaway garbage truck? Having a State Farm agent means having a real person to help you when things go wrong. So when accidents happen, you've got someone you know who will be there when you need them. See Connie Bernardi, 1072 Joliet Street, U.S. Highway 30 in Dyer. Call Connie at 219-322-9959. State Farm agent Greg Taylor is at 794 McCool Road in Valparaiso. Call Greg at 219-762-4911. And Dave Ross, 450 West Lincoln Way, Suite 210 Valparaiso, 464-3581.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back here at Rensselaer Central, teams have changed ends. Rensselaer Central in their home jerseys with red. And Kent's got some statistics for us.
Both teams had 2 first downs in the first half. Cohen with the Bombers. Cohen Westfall, 1 for 1, 48-yard touchdown pass. 31 yards for Henderson Riaz.
Another pass to the swing from Westfall. Nice open field tackle, but he's not to be denied.
And that'll be the 3rd.
Nice job
first
for
down.
Westfall.
He's 2 for 2 now, and he's picked up, 10 yards on that pass?
Absolutely. It's a pass to Barco, it looks like, to the outside. A little bit out there. Bombers get the first down. They're currently parked on the Kankakee Valley 45-yard line. I expected a defensive battle, Kent. I didn't expect a shootout here.
No, well, I'm wondering now is if they're going to, now that they see that Westfall can pass, are they going to go ahead and back off that 6-man front?
2 completions for Westfall. Barco in motion. Barco gets the inside handoff, and he's brought down by a host of Cougars, including Aiden Eichmann. Eichmann helps clean up the mess in there.
Barco picking up about 8 on that play. Nice second effort. KV's not wrapping him up and taking him down. Well, we'll back him up to about 7 yards on that one.
Kustra also on the stop. Give him a gain of 7. 7 yards on that gain. 11:06 to go in our second quarter play. Rensselaer Central on the move. They've got the ball on the 37-yard line. Another inside handoff. Whistle blows. We're going to see what the call is going to be. It's going to be illegal motion, so it'll be the first penalty of the ball game. Second penalty of the ball game. That's the first one on me for making a mistake, though.
Now it's the third. There's a penalty on KV and a penalty on Rensselaer, and now
and then
a penalty on you.
Exactly. It's going to be a loss of 5, pushing them back. It'll be now 2nd down and 7. Balls resting on the 43-yard line. 11 minutes exactly to go in this second quarter of play. Kankakee Valley with a 14-7 lead, but Rensselaer Central is on the move. Pass to the outside, and this seems to work for them. Caught out there again by our wide receiver of the day, and I don't think this is exactly what our wingback, Mr. Barco, thought was going to happen. Give him a gain of 4 on the play. Another reception for Barco.
3 for 3 for Mr. Westfall.
I like it. He's a left-handed slinger, too, so he's throwing to the opposite side that they would expect him to. But a 6-foot, 185-pound sophomore, he's gaining all kinds of confidence out there.
Look at KV's defensive formation.
Another pass from Westfall, and they're taking advantage. Nice job by the Cougars to get the stop, but not before the first down. It's like another reception for Barco.
Did they make it, or are they going to give it to him? They are going to give it to him. That's their 4th first down. Because they're playing a 6-man front, and they've got 3 linebackers, but the linebackers are sucking into the inside, which is giving the flanks wide open. The cornerbacks are playing back, so they've got that open area on each side of the line that they can be dropping into, which they've been doing.
Kustra with the
and
stop
who was that?
That
there.
was
to.
That was again to. I do believe it looks to me like Barco with another reception. He's coming off the wing on the right-hand side of the formation. Left-handed quarterback's got a chance to take a look. They run him to the outside again. Now they're going to hand off. Nice job by the Cougars to snip that one out. We'll call it a gain of 2. Hernandez-Reyes with the carry. So it's a rush finally after 3 consecutive passes. Call it a gain of 2.
Well, I like the way that they went ahead and let Westfall get a little comfortable back there before they started asking him to throw. You know, run some plays, get comfortable, let's see how it goes, and of course you're going to get real comfortable after you throw your first pass is a touchdown.
He could say that for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Again, Westfall is a man in motion. He fakes the handoff to Barco, and Westfall carries it himself. Nice call by Westfall. Westfall should have the first down, and he does. Give him a gain of 10.
That was an excellent play, and now he's showing that he's got some foot skills, too, to go ahead and get up the middle.
Little read option for Mr. Westfall. He gets the gain of 10. First down, and the ball's going to be resting on the Kankakee Valley Cougar 24 3/4 line. It's almost on the 25.
I like the way the Bombers are mixing up their offense. They're doing misdirection. They're starting to add little bits to every part of their offense.
Barco again in motion, handoff instead to Hernandez-Reyes. Reyes that time was sniffed out. They're going to call it a loss of 2. So Hernandez-Reyes loses 2 on that rush. Cougars, they cannot run into that 6-man front. Maybe they need to take a handoff and throw a little quick pass. Going to be 2nd down and 12 yards to go. 8:20 to go in the second quarter play. 14-7 KV with the lead.
Well, they can't run into that 6-man rush with a slow developing play. Your benefit is to have something fast hit the line, and hopefully your linemen just open up that little slight hole that a running back can get through.
Westfall again barks out the signals, hands it off the inside. Another flag on the play. Looks like it might be holding. Cougars get that one wrapped up. Give Marco Castro the stop, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see what it is. It's in the backfield, so it looks like it might be holding, possibly motion. Let's see what the call is going to be. They're walking over to Kirk Kennedy. Kirk Kennedy says, I don't think so, sir. I would like to decline this infraction. Illegal motion against Rensselaer. That's been declined. I don't think he said it just quite like that, but he probably did say, I don't want it.
we don't need to go X-rated here, okay?
I think I will pass on that particular infraction.
Yeah, it's a good thing that Daniel's not getting real up and close so he can read lips.
Again, Daniel Marlowe is our cameraman. He's doing a heck of a job upstairs. We appreciate his efforts as always. Bombers are back in offense, and Westfall again barks out the signals. Inside handoff. Instead, he keeps it. Westfall looks like he gets a gain of about 6 to get them to 4th down. Actually, we'll call it a gain of 4. So it's going to be 4th down. It looks like about 7 yards to go. Give him a gain of 4 on that one. Another rush.
Now, how's their field goal kicking? Is it Sigmund that kicks for them?
Sigmund does kick for them, but it looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, that's
4th down and 7. That's an indicator right there that Sigmund might not be too strong.
It'd be about like a 35-yard one.
Chris Meeks is going to go ahead and let the offense run. And now they're going to switch into a new formation. This is something different. They're going to look for a fast. Instead, it's going to be into the zone. I don't think that the Bombers got it. Good job by the Cougars to sniff it out. It's going to be out. Reception was received. So we'll call it a gain of 6 yards, and they needed 7. So give them 6 yards on that pass reception. Again, Barco with the reception. But the drive is stopped. They used most of this second quarter, 6:47 left on the clock.
They used half of it. Wow. Well, they've got him pinned back there. Right now, as a defensive coach, you're saying, "Get me the ball. Get me the ball back."
So KV has the ball on their own 17-yard line. Castro's been off the field for a while. Oh, and that ball was right through the hands of Deerdorf. He had Deerdorf open in the slot, and if he would have caught that ball, he would have nothing but green, natural grass out there. Natural grass all the way.
Deerdorf's a big boy, too. I mean, he out in the open field running with his size is going to be hard to take down.
So an incomplete pass for the Cougars.
Arroyo, 2 for 4 for only 14 yards.
12 plays on that last drive. Rensselaer Central got all the way down to the 17-yard line. So it was 37 yards gained. Castro barks out the signals, looks for an inside handoff. Instead, Castro keeps it. He's got nowhere to go. It's like in Las Vegas when they closed the table. No dice.
Yeah.
He gets back to the line of scrimmage, so we'll call it no gain, but Castro has a carry.
He's had 2 carries for no yards.
So an incomplete pass, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 10. Cougars have got to try to take advantage of this good stop against this tough Rensselaer Central team. Rensselaer Central's quarterback, and that's Cohen Westfall, is gaining confidence with every snap. So Cougars have got to get their mojo going right here. Deerdorf to the near side as Castro digs out the signals. Arroyo digs out the signals. I keep saying Castro. Bond to the outside. Oh, and that's almost
good
a late
coverage.
hit. Great coverage to the outside.
Only for 1 yard, but it's a good catch.
A good catch reception from the fullback. Give it to number 84, Braden Swallow. Swallow got it, but Doyle made the stop for Rensselaer Central. So it's a gain of only 1 yard on that drive.
That was huge, Vince. That was huge for the Bombers right now. They're in a great position to go ahead and get back into scoring territory. So, and what are we at, about 5 minutes? I keep asking.
6 minutes 6 minutes and 1 penny here, sir. Beautiful facilities here as Arroyo back to punt. Arroyo gets the snap, punt on the way, and it's a good one. Little sidewinder, received at the midfield stripe, and he's going nowhere. Give the tackle to 34, Brev Whaley. Whaley, the sophomore defensive back, 6 foot, 165 pounds.
30-yard punt with no return. Who caught that for the...
I think you know the number. It's number 22. Diego Hernandez Reyes on that return. So Rensselaer is going to take
the ball. Nothing.
That's
right. Punt coverage team for the Cougars has been pretty good. No returns on their 2 punts.
So they're going to get the ball on the KV 48.
They've had punts of 50 yards and 30 yards.
5 minutes and 54 seconds to go. 1st and 10 on the 48-yard line. Rensselaer Central. We're seeing the maturation of Miss Cohen Westfall. Westfall in trouble in the backfield, and the Cougars bring him down.
Going down with the...
It's going to be a loss of 7. Give the tackle to Gabe Kistler for the sack. That's his first tackle for loss. We'll call it a loss of 7 on that play. So -7 makes it 2nd down and 17. Now on the Rensselaer 45. Clock winding at 5:25. Now it's an inside flip. Barco makes the play.
Whoa, massive.
That was dangerous. Barker with a gain of 3. You and I both went, whoa.
I was like, oh, is that a broken play
What's
or
he
what?
doing? And Barco's had a good night, though.
Yes, he has.
Barco's done very well.
Barco's got about 18 yards.
Don't forget to join us for our Route 1 Chevy halftime report. We'll give you the statistics and also give you a breakdown of the scoring drives. Kankakee Valley currently leading 14-7, 4:49 to go in this second quarter of play. Hernandez-Reyes on the move. He's brought down from behind. Good job by Jaden Anderson to bring him down after a gain of about 3.
Jaden Anderson was duked out in the backfield, but good persistence to stay with it and bring him down from behind.
He was juked out. He wasn't duked out.
He was juked out.
Fourth down and 11 is our call. So the Rensselaer Bombers are going to have to punt on this one. Again, back to punt for them is Kyler Sigmund. He's a senior. He's also the captain of their soccer team. Let's hope he doesn't put it under the crossbar. See what he can do here on this punt. Nice snap back. Punt's on the way, and that's a good one. Xander's got it. Can Xander get another return touchdown? He gets to the outside. Xander at the 30, 35, and he's swarmed under by a myriad of Rensselaer Bombers.
20-yard return, I'll give him.
Yes, we'll give him a 20-yard return. Stop made by number 85, Landon Munch. He's a freshman. That's his first tackle.
And that was about a 35-yard punt. So KV comes up big right there and takes the momentum back away from the Bombers, keeping them in their place for right now.
Bombers didn't get any move at all on that one. I think they only got 1 yard on that drive. So KV's taking over. They've got the ball on the Rensselaer 35-yard line. Diego Arroyo with a pass outside. Finally, he makes the connection with Deerdorf. It's like a gain of 6.
Deerdorf's second reception. He's got 20 yards right now.
Nice job by Deerdorf to pull that one in. Call it a gain of 6. Eli Dixon with the stop. Love it when the PA announcer gives me the names I need. Diego Arroyo barking out signals. Slot receivers, I did pay him.
Pay him to be your spotter.
Exactly. Arroyo looks for the handoff to Castro. Castro's got some. Oh, and it was a shoestring tackler. He was gone.
He was gone.
Castro gets up to the 48-yard line, however. It's going to be a gain of 7. So Castro gets that gain of 7, 13 yards so far on this drive. Clock winding at 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Cougars trying to extend that 14-7 lead. They're just near midfield for Rensselaer Central as Deerdorf comes to the near side.
It's 34 yards for Castro.
Back again to Castro. Castro with that high running style, but he gets wrapped up and brought down at the 47-yard line. Give him a gain of 6. Now we'll give him a gain of 5.
Yeah, he does run pretty straight up.
He really does. He had some fumbling issues last year for that reason. But Castro was also the surprise. Last year, injuries in the backfield prevented the Cougars from having their usual starting lineup. So they had to go with Castro, and he came back with 838 yards last year. A nice job for him to be sure. Their handoff inside. Almost snapped it over his head. Instead, Castro gets another gain of about 4.
No, that was 84.
Oh, was that actually Braden Swallow?
Swallow
Swallowed it up. Give Swallow a gain of 3, actually. Makes it 3rd down and 3 on the Rensselaer 40. The Rensselaer 45. 2 minutes exactly to go in this second quarter of play. Kankakee Valley with the lead. Cougars come out to the line. Xander to the near side. Deerdorf to the far side. Right-hand hip will be Castro by Diego Arroyo. Cougars need 3 for a first down. Here comes the blitz. Instead, Cougars pick it up. But no, they don't. Castro breaks it free. He gets into the secondary, and he's down to the 30-yard line. Great second effort from Castro. Give him a gain of 15 yards. First down, Cougars.
All right, that gets him over the 50-yard mark for the night, but it did a nice. There was a poor tackle attempt there that had him right at the line of scrimmage. I think they both hit head up. They were both too high. The tackler was too high to make the tackle.
If you're too high and the tackler's too high, you're going to be better off.
Yeah.
Diego Arroyo barking out the signals. Now Castro on his left hip. Arroyo's back to pass. He's got a receiver out there. It's wide open. Here comes Deerdorf. Deerdorf is to the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Cougars!
30-yard touchdown pass. Nice job. Good just post pattern right across the top there.
32-yard touchdown reception. Deerdorf with the touchdown from Arroyo. Cougars extend their lead to 20-7. If I learn how to speak again. Deerdorf, 32-yard touchdown reception. 20-7, Cougars with the lead. Deerdorf had that pass open all day long. And this time he had an opportunity to get that touchdown.
Credit the offensive line, too, Vince. They're doing a nice job of giving him protection back there.
Isaac Deerdorf with the hold. Kick on the way, and it's good. And just like that, Kankakee Valley with a 21-7 lead. Go ahead and take a quick 60. And when we come back, Cougars will be kicking off to the Bombers. They lead 21-7 here in Rensselaer on Regional Radio Sports.
NITCO is proud to support athletes around Northwest Indiana. Let NITCO bring you the best in-home Wi-Fi experience ever. Our new NITCO Wi-Fi Plus creates a perfect Wi-Fi experience. It's adaptable. It has a motion detector built in and also has child protection controls, all for just $12.95 per month. Order NITCO Wi-Fi Plus today. Call 219-996-2981 or on the web at nitco.com and be connected. Always at NITCO.
2 minutes and 45 seconds on that drive. 6 plays covering 65 yards, 32 yards. It's Arroyo to Deerdorf. Kankakee Valley with a surprising 21-7 lead here at Rensselaer. So Rensselaer Bombers are not expecting this from the Kankakee Valley Cougars. Touchdown passes, touchdown runs, left-handed touchdown passes from kids. Anarchy. Dogs and cats getting along together. It's crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
This is a beautiful night. So glad to be back in Northwest Indiana doing high school football.
Yes, so much fun.
Sayers will be able on the kick now. 3 backs back there. They're looking to get the ball into the hands. Number 87 trying to get to the outside, and he's not going to get there. It's 87 on 87 crime.
Okay, so pickup of about 10 yards. I'll give him 12 yards on that return.
Give it to Caden Doyle on the reception or on the return.
All right, so let's see if they can get some points on the board here before they go in for halftime. The worst thing they could have right now, Vince, is a turnover.
You know what? I'm kind of hungry. A turnover wouldn't be bad right about now.
You got another hot dog there to eat if you want.
I ate them both, brother.
Did you?
I ate them both.
Oh,
yeah, thanks to the Rensselaer Central folks here.
Great
Came
hospitality.
up with a little bit of a care package. They must have known I was digging on the hot dogs. But, you know, they got chicken out there, too, Kent. They got a chicken truck out there, yeah.
Wow.
Take it upstairs to the third man. Did you have chicken yet?
No, I have not, but they do have a Kona Ice truck out there if you want some Kona Ice.
Oh, my goodness. And there's an inside handoff. Kona Ice. Handoff goes inside to 22. That's Hernandez Reyes. He gets a gain of possibly 1. Kona Ice. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? It's not too sticky, but now I heard next week 90 degrees all week long.
Yeah, my wife is just going to be in the pool all week long.
What does my dad used to say? It's so hot you got to start a fire just to cool off.
It's a good thing you don't have to shovel snow in that weather.
Walk uphill both ways to school. Inside handoff. It's going to be a keeper. Keep it in the hands of number 15, Westfall. Westfall with a nice gain. And he's acquitted himself so far pretty well in this ball game.
I think he has. I don't see anything that he's doing with what you call rookie mistakes or lack of composure. I think he's doing a nice job of just going ahead and running the offense and taking what the KV will give him.
And it looks like Rensselaer is going to let the clock run out. 13 seconds. The clock continues to wind, but we're going to get to the half, and we're going to have ourselves a 21-7 score here at the half. 21-7 is our halftime score. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout, and when we come back, we'll get you our second half of play after our halftime report brought to us by Route 1 Chevy in Momence, Illinois at the half. 21-7. KV has the lead here on Regional Radio Sports. Kankakee Valley and their efforts here in this first half.
Yeah, I think they've done a nice job of going ahead and controlling the ball, working their offense, mixing it up a little bit. But they've got some young studs there with the, in the backfield. Aurora does a nice job of managing the game. Castro does a nice job of running straight up, but being effective at running straight up. And Deerdorf, he's just a nice target out there. So they've got a good mix of talented quarterback. It's got his smarts on the ball, a good running back, and the offensive line is doing a very nice job of protecting everybody and letting them get their yardage. Yardage-wise, like I said, during the first half, they only had 110. They were outrushed by 38 yards by Rensselaer. But they've done. I wish I would keep the time of possession.
I actually have it, but I don't want to give it to you because I might be wrong. It's pretty balanced, actually, to be honest with you. A couple of quick plays, but you can see a couple of 2.5, 3-minute drives. They've done a really good job all around on both sides of the ball. Our broadcast is also brought to us by Route 1 Chevrolet in Momence, Illinois. Route 1 Chevrolet is proud to support Northwest Indiana high school athletics, as well as serve the new and pre-owned vehicle and service needs of customers in Northwest Indiana. Over the past decade, Route 1 Chevrolet in Momence, Illinois, has consistently received the highest sales and service customer satisfaction ratings of any General Motors dealer in all of Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. Their customers have made them number one. When you think of what is important to you, think of number one, Route 1. Route 1 is open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday. Route 1 is conveniently located at 631 North Dixie Highway in Momence, Illinois. Route 1 is 10 minutes from Lowell, 15 minutes from Cedar Lake, and 20 minutes from DeMotte. In all cases, Northwest Indiana customers are only moments from Momence. Route 1 can be reached at 815-424-6068 and can be found on the web at route1chevy.com.
Your hometown credit union. People helping people. First Trust Credit Union.
First Trust Credit Union can help you score big with a game plan to support all your financial needs. Our lineup includes accounts, loans, and 24/7 online banking. So get off the bench and contact your hometown First Trust Credit Union team today at 800-276-6161 or firsttrustcu.com.
This has been the Northwest Indiana Game of the Week halftime report presented by Route 1 Chevrolet. At the half, Kankakee Valley with a 21-7 lead. Bring in Daniel Marlowe for his perspective. Daniel, getting a little cold up there.
Yeah, it's starting a little chilly. The winds also died down. It wasn't like it was earlier. And also, went down to a student section and Bomber student section. They said it's a hype up in there. I don't know about the KV student section, but so far over there, it also looks pretty hype.
Yeah, so, plus you had your ice, so that's why you're cold, correct? You had your ice. Did you go get your frozen ice?
No, actually, I got myself a couple of hot dogs.
You're killing me.
I haven't had any yet today, so I always got to get a hot dog at a sports game.
I got news for you, Daniel. You could eat Tupperware and you'd be in better shape than both of us. It's Daniel Marlowe. He's upstairs. We'll get his perspective throughout the second half. Young man's doing a bang-up job, and he's a great addition to our team here at Regional Radio Sports. Well, Kent, Kankakee Valley, this is unfamiliar territory for them. They had a nice run in the middle of the season last year, but they started out 19-0. They lost the opener to Rensselaer Central. Bombers are going to receive the second half kickoff, but KV's got a lead. This is something that they're not used to playing with. They had a lot of trouble in the second half of last year, and they're going to try to hold on, I would believe.
Well, I'm sure that the end of last year, or the battle cry for this year is let's turn it around, let's turn it around. So they've had a nice first half here to go ahead and start that redirecting the battleship, so to speak. Let's see if they can keep it up and keep their composure. Bombers, of course, they don't want to lose their first game. I'm sure that they're going to come out here with a little bit more pizzazz. And like I said, I looked at their offense has got to open up a little bit more and not be so predictable as only passing on third down.
Barco will be joined in the backfield by Doyle and Ogburn. Sayers with the kickoff to start the second half. It's an end-over kick on the right-hand side. Going towards the sideline, it's going to be again taken by number 87 as we take a close look. Caden Doyle with the return.
About 15
short kick. We'll call it a 15-yard return.
Mm-hmm.
Rensselaer has the ball on their own 36-yard line. Actually, they'll call it the 36-yard line. I'm getting better at this.
You are, but geez.
Rensselaer has the ball on the 36-yard line as we start the second half. 11:54 to go already in this third quarter of play. KV wants that clock to run.
Well, you've learned the game pretty good. You haven't called the throw-in yet or anything.
I'll do that. Don't worry. Cohen Westfall under center, back in the shotgun on his left hip. He's got number 22, Diego Hernandez-Reyes. They hand the ball to Hernandez-Reyes, who penetrates the backfield. Give him a gain of a big 5-yard gain. So Reyes gets the handoff and gets a gain of 5.
Oh, we're going to give him a little more than that. We're going to give him.
Call him 7.
I'd give him 7. Give him a little love of 7 there. Did a nice job of cutting off tackle. A little misdirection there, off tackle, right side. Give credit to the line.
So again, thanks to the faculty and staff here at Rensselaer Central, feeding us very well. Again, Westfall in the backfield. Westfall goes to take the handoff. Cougars trying to strip the ball.
They're trying to go to that same play, and they're not having any part of it.
Maybe a gain of 1. Hernandez-Reyes with a gain of 1. So he gets a gain of 1. He's got 8 yards on the drive. It'll be 3rd down and just a short, maybe 1.5 to go. Clock winds down to 11 minutes here in the third quarter. Kankakee Valley with a 21-7 lead over Rensselaer Central. Bombers have won 18 of the last 24 contests. To the line of scrimmage and over for a first down. They're going to be a keeper.
We're going to give him.
Westfall give him a gain of, let's call it a gain of 4 and a first down.
Yeah, I'd agree. That was a nice little play back there where you had to kind of think about it. It's kind of like the single wing. Remember that?
Yes, I do. I actually played in that time with my leather helmet and my high-top shoes as well. Ball on the 48-yard line, 10:36 to go.
Okay, that explains a lot.
That explains a lot, doesn't it? And it's going to be an option pass. He's going deep, but the Cougars sniffed it out.
He pulled it down.
Wow, that's
nice
the second time the Cougars haven't been able to defend that pass.
But nice throw there that was by Hernandez-Reyes.
Hernandez-Reyes threw the ball deep to number 85. Landon Much, the freshman. Welcome to big-time football. Ball moved all the way down to the 28-yard line. Called a gain of 20 yards.
I was going to say 25 yards.
We'll call it 20.
Who was the receptor? Who
it was that? Much. It was Landon Much, the freshman. Ball on the 28-yard line. It's the second time that Lane Zanders had a little trouble with the ball, maybe up in the lights. Now it's going to be an inside handoff. They like this handoff to Barco. Barco tries to get in the backfield. He's wrapped up by a myriad of Cougars out there, including number 6, Jaden Anderson. But it's going to be another gain of 7 yards on that inside handoff. Bombers are on the move. I'm going to call it 7, even though the public address announcer says 8. Call it 2nd down and 2 on the 19-yard line. 9:36 to go in this third quarter of play. Now another handoff to Hernandez-Reyes.
Gets the first down.
He's got a gain of another 5 yards. So Reyes gets across that first down marker. Ball sits on the 15-yard line. Rensselaer Central made halftime adjustments. 9:24 to go in the third quarter of play. 21-7 as the ball rests on the 15-yard line. Hernandez-Reyes on the left hip of our quarterback, Cohen Westfall. Now it's fake to the outside, but they go on the inside, handoff to Barco. And that play works very, very well. Barco takes it all the way down to the 7-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 8. Kustra on the tackle for the Cougars with a gain of 8 yards.
Barco with 31 yards on the night.
Yeah, I like the fake where they looked like they were going to take the ball to Reyes. Reyes put his hands in the air, and he did care, by the way. And the ball went to the inside. Again, Westfall barking out the signals. Now they're going to hand the ball for real into Reyes. Reyes dips and dives and dodges, kind of like the movie, on the inside. He gets down to the 6-yard line. That might be enough.
I don't think they're going to give it to him unless they ask for a measurement. Nope, they're not giving it to him.
They're not going to give it to him. They're going to call it a gain of 1. So it's 3rd down and 2. Rensselaer's got to get this first down if they want to maintain this momentum. Hernandez-Reyes on the left hip. Snap to Westfall. Handoff to Hernandez-Reyes. He dances in the inside. He's got the first down. I'm going to call that a gain of 6. Actually call it 5. Rensselaer Bomber fans getting involved. 9th play of the drive. 8 of those have been rushes. Clock continues to wind with 8 minutes to go in this third quarter of play. 21-7. It's first down and goal from the 4-yard line. They're in the Family Express red zone. That's a handoff inside to Hernandez-Reyes. He fights his way home, and it's in for the touchdown. Hernandez-Reyes punches his ticket to the end zone. And just like that, Rensselaer Central's got 6. They've cut this lead. It's 21-13.
Good start for the second half. They went ahead and opened it up a little bit, got a couple trick plays in there. Was able to go ahead and capitalize on a nice catch there. That was a great catch by the freshman Mush to go ahead and bring down that 25-yard play, I should say series breaking open play.
So the Rensselaer Bombers had 10 plays. They went 64 yards. And this is beautiful. Oh, and the kick is blocked.
Blocked. That is not what they
Lane
needed.
Zander.
Oh, wow.
Lane Zander with the block. So Lane Zander had a few defensive miscues, but you know what's going to happen. They've given up the touchdown, so Zander's going to take one back here in just a minute. 7:44 to go in our third quarter of play. 21-13, KB with the lead. We'll be back in 60 on Regional Radio Sports.
Hi, this is Paul Condry of the Regional Radio Sports Network. That may be my professional title, but did you know that I'm also the son of a U.S. Navy World War II veteran and a proud father of a United States Marine? Let me share with you something very close to my heart. It's called the Semper Fi Fund, and its program America's Fund, which provides immediate lifetime support for post-9/11 wounded, critically ill, and injured members of the U.S. Armed Forces, veterans, and their families to ease recovery and transition back home to their communities. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. The basic idea that drives these efforts is simple. For as much as our heroes have sacrificed, they deserve the best care and support available in their hour of need, whenever it may occur. The Semper Fi Fund, a 4-star charity and an A+ rating, has served over 16,000 members since 2004. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. For more information, visit them online at www.semperfifund.org.
Back here at Rensselaer Central, quick touchdown for the Bombers. Bombers get the touchdown. But guess what? The Cougars blocked the extra point, so they still have an 8-point lead. Kicking off for Rensselaer Central is going to be Sigmund.
It's a good wake-up call for KV when they thought they probably had this game in hand.
Well, and this is what happened in the second half a lot for the Cougars is the Bombers have their hands in the air, and they do care. Helmets as well. Sigmund with the kickoff. It's deep. No, it's going to be a squib kick. Cougars are going to gather that short. It's going to be Eichmann. Eichmann on the move. Eichmann on the move still. He gets up to the 40. He pushes his way forward to the 42-yard line. Squib kick didn't do him very good there. Kankakee Valley gets it on the Rensselaer 42. It'll be 1st and 10.
But you know what? They weren't kicking to Zander. They weren't even going to kick to Zander.
I wouldn't kick to Zander.
He's got 148 yards of returns between punts and kickoffs with a TD in there. So I certainly would not go ahead and hand the ball back to him.
Plus, he's just a nice, fine young man. You know what I mean?
Good All-American
Good All-American boy. 7:35 to go this quarter.
People
like him. Arroyo barking out the signals. We're having a lot of fun here. Welcome back to football. Castro with a high handoff. He fights forward. He falls forward for a gain of about 4 yards. So Castro gets a gain of 4. And I'll tell you, we got a barn burner over there, and Scoreboard Central just sent us an update, and it's over at update here from Valparaiso. This game's being carried on 2 different groups of our Regional Radio Sport Network group. Our Penn crews over there, as long as with the boss Paul Condry, 25-21, Penn with the lead over the Valparaiso Vikings, defending state champions.
Yes.
Arroyo takes the snap again. He hands it inside to Castro. He's high in the air, and he does care. Castro trying to fight his way forward. He gets another gain of 3. So 7 yards on this drive so far for Castro. 6:49 to go in the quarter. It's going to be 3rd down, and let's call it 3 yards to go.
Because 4 plus 3 equals 7.
That's correct.
And 10 minus 7 is
3. You know, I do that math.
That's pretty good.
Take my shoes off to count to 20. 6:33 to go in this third quarter play. 3rd and 3 on the KV 49-yard line. Cougars need 4 for the first down. Snap comes back to Arroyo. Hands it to Castro. Castro fights forward. He's going to have the first down.
Yes.
He's all the way down to the 47-yard line of the Bombers. He needed 3. He got 5. First down, Cougars.
Yeah, I think the next practice I'd be having that snapper and the quarterback.
Well, they were having trouble in pregame. I could see that as well.
He's just getting it too high. That just kind of throws your timing off when you've got to jump up to get it.
Carmel and Homestead are tied at 7 in the fourth quarter. Concord with a 16-6 lead over Elkhart in the fourth quarter. Thanks again to Fred Maxey over at Scoreboard Central. Arroyo's got Castro on his left hip. 838 yards for Castro, almost over his head again. They hand it to Castro. Castro with a high running style. Oh, there's flags.
Looks like that'd be the mark of a hold.
No, it looks like they're calling it holding on the Kankakee Valley Cougars. That might be the first offensive penalty on the Cougars tonight.
This will be a 10-yard.
10-yard penalty will make it first down and 20. They'll have to walk it off from the spot of the foul, so it may not be quite 20 yards.
Where are we at on the time, Vince?
We've got 5 minutes and 46 seconds left here in the third quarter. Holding is the call. They'll mark off the 10 yards, but they were inside the line to gain. So we'll put the ball back at the 44-yard line, make it the 43. Make up your mind, fellas. Ball's on the 43-yard line, so it'll be first down and 19 yards to go for the Cougars. Penalty is not something the Cougars want. Third play of the drive. They wind the clock, and it begins to move. 5:44. Kankakee Valley wants it to go quickly as Arroyo's back to pass. He's got all kinds of time. What a great catch in traffic!
Big.
Oh, incomplete.
They knock it away.
It was in the hands of Gabe Kistler. I thought he caught it between three Bombers, but you can see that Arroyo is a lot more confident this season than he was last year.
Absolutely.
Stands up nice, straight, and tall, and he's also gained 15 pounds. Last year, they had him listed at 170. This year, he's listed at 185. He does look a little bulkier out there, but that's a good thing for that quarterback. He took a beating last year.
Well, that pass was right on target. It just seemed like it was good defense there by the Bombers to go ahead and just wrap up the receiver so it fell out of his hands and just knocked it out of his hands, I should say.
Hit him in the worst place he could, right in the hands.
Mm-hmm.
So the fullback takes a look on the other side of the formation. And now they're going to swing the pass to the outside to that fullback, Brandon Swallow. Oh, and look out for that. That might be a spearing.
The flag was thrown before, so there's another flag on the play. Looks like it might be a holding.
Barco came in with his helmet pretty high as well. Let's see what the calls are going to be. And it might be an illegal block below the waist. Let's see what the call is going to be. It's going to be an illegal man downfield. Cougars are shooting themselves in the foot right now. They gave up the touchdown. They lead 21-13, but they're going in the wrong direction. They're going to walk that one off against the Cougars. It's going to be another 5.
So they get the play, and then comes after that, or goes back to
I think it's got to go back. It's got to go back to the line of scrimmage because there was an illegal man downfield, so the play didn't exist. We're going to see what Meeks. He says, "Hold on a second." Coach Meeks is asking, "What?"
I don't want it.
I don't think I want to take this penalty because I'd rather have the down. So they're going to say, "Move it back." He almost put it back down where he marked it off. Instead, they're going to decline the penalty, and that's a good move on Chris Meeks' part.
So they're going to get credit for that play. Who was on the reception? Swallow?
That would be Swallow on the reception.
And he picked up about 4.
I would say that's correct. Okay, now it's Arroyo back to pass again. Arroyo's got pressure, but he layers it out, and it's way over everybody. That was a great pass from Arroyo. Deerdorf says, I wanted a little bit of a reception. He couldn't get it. So 6 plays later, the Cougars are going to have to punt. Cougars went in the wrong direction. They started on the Rensselaer 42. They only gained 5 yards on 6 plays.
Arroyo now drops to 6 for 10.
2 minutes and 21 seconds on the total time on that drive. 6 plays, only 5 yards, results in a punt. Don't forget that Arroyo is the punter, so be careful if you're Rensselaer Central. Make sure you don't let him just run downfield. Slow snap. Arroyo's punts on the way, end-over-end kick. Comes to Hernandez-Reyes. Hernandez-Reyes gets into the secondary. A myriad of white jerseys out there, including number 22, Marco Castro, and number 84, Brandon Swallow on the stop.
It's about 10, and we'll give him a 10, 20, 30, probably about a 35-yard punt.
And you're pretty fast with that math, man, I'm telling you.
You should have seen me in radio when we just did radio, and no one could see what we just make it up.
Oh, trust me. It doesn't matter if there's TV. I'm just making it up as we go along as well. 5 minutes and 4 seconds to go in our third quarter of play. Shout out to the Kankakee Valley faithful who had an opportunity for me to come and talk to the team at the beginning of the year. That's a bunch of good kids and a great community. I hate to admit it. I pay taxes out there. Left-handed quarterback comes up. That's Westfall. Westfall swinging to the outside. He's trying to find a man. Oh, and that's a good job.
Nice pass.
Good job by Eichmann to break down that pass. Eichmann, if he would have looked up for the ball, he might have gone all the way Instead, it's going to be a gain of just 1. Eichmann, if he would have found the ball, may have gone to pay dirt, but instead it's a reception. And I've been impressed with this left-handed quarterback, that's for sure.
6 for 6, Vince. He's 6 for 6. Not too shabby.
So he's 6 for 7 in his career. He was 0 for 1 last year. 4:33 to go in this third quarter of play, 21-13. It's an inside handoff to Hernandez-Reyes. He comes forward for a gain of possibly 3. Let's give him 3 on the gain. It'll be 3rd down and 6 on the second play of that drive. Don't forget, at the end of tonight's ball game, we'll have our players of the game brought to us by Route 1 Chevrolet in Momence, Illinois. Remember, you're only moments from Momence. You can find them on the web at route1chevy.com. Thanks again to our friends at Route 1 for their continued support of student athletes and the Kankakee Valley Cougars. Remember, Route 1's only 20 minutes from DeMott, so go to Route 1 today for all your Chevy needs. Barco in motion, but instead they fake the handoff, and he's wide open. Hernandez-Reyes is open. Can he go? He goes 20, 10, 5, and it's a touchdown. Rensselaer Central. 63 yards to the house. 63-yard touchdown pass from Westfall to Reyes. Touchdown, 63 yards, pay dirt. Rensselaer Central, a 2-point conversion away from tying up this ball game.
Will they go for the 2-point, or are they just going to go ahead and...
I would go for 2.
Yeah.
I would absolutely
you've got time, and so only the third quarter. Let's even it back up right now.
Cougars defense just struggling right now.
That was a complete meltdown back there. No coverage whatsoever. They're playing without a safety, too.
Well, that's absolutely right, and they had the 6 men in the box. So now Rensselaer Central going for 2. They're going to try to tie up this ball game. What a barn burner of a first ball game we've got for football this night, too. Westfall barks out the signals. Barco on the inside. Westfall keeps it and walks it in. We're all tied at 21. That was too easy.
That was too easy. Good play calling by the Rensselaer Bombers. But now we're back to all tied up.
So Reyes gets the 63-yard reception, and then Westfall gets the 2-point conversion. And just like that, it's a brand new ball game. We're all tied at 21. Take a quick 60, and when we come back, we'll have more Indiana high school football. This is the Regional Radio Sports Network's coverage of the Northwest Indiana Game of the Week presented by Route 1 Chevy on Regional Radio Sports. Route 1 Chevrolet is proud to support Northwest Indiana high school athletics, as well as serve the new and pre-owned vehicle and service needs of customers in Northwest Indiana. Over the past decade, Route 1 Chevrolet in Momence, Illinois, has consistently received the highest sales and service customer satisfaction ratings of any General Motors dealer in all of Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. Their customers have made them number 1. When you think of what is important to you, think of number 1, Route 1. Route 1 is open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday. Route 1 is conveniently located at 631 North Dixie Highway in Momence, Illinois. Route 1 is 10 minutes from Lowell, 15 minutes from Cedar Lake, and 20 minutes from DeMott. In all cases, Northwest Indiana customers are only moments from Momence. Route 1 can be reached at 815-424-6068 and can be found on the web at route1chevy.com. Back here at Rensselaer Central, it's a brand new ball game. 21-all is our score, and we've got a great ball game going right now as Rensselaer Central gets ready to kick off. Kicking off will be Kyler Sigmund, taking it back deep. Let's see if it's another squib kick. It's kind of a semi-squib kick.
They're still getting it to Xander.
Xander's got the kickoff, and he's on the run. Here comes Xander on the move. Xander to the outside. He's got a little juke out there. He goes to the 35, the 40, and there's a flag.
Yeah.
Xander fights it all the way up, but there's going to be a holding penalty.
Block in the back.
And it was looking like number 23, Grayley Weaver, had his hand in the cookie jar, as Mike Knezovich would love to say. See what the call is going to be. It's going to be an illegal block in the back, and they're going to do it from the spot of the foul, I do believe. Lane Xander's just gassed right now. Minute 47 on that last drive. 3 total plays. They went 68 yards for the touchdown. Hernandez-Reyes with the touchdown. He's had a big night tonight. 2 touchdowns.
That's a major.
What did they call? A clip?
Block in the back. I saw a block in the back.
So Hernandez-Reyes with the touchdown. Westfall with the 2-point conversion. Cougars are going to set up shop on the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 with 3:30 to go in this Third quarter of play. Kankakee Valley trying to stop the bleeding. They've given up 14 consecutive points after leading 21-7 at the half. And this is something that Kirk Kennedy talked to me about in our interview. Arroyo out to the outside. He's still running, but Arroyo's met by an immovable force, and that would be Barco. Barco coming up from his free safety position. Call it a gain of 4. Arroyo gets a gain of 4 on that drive.
Yeah, they've got to open up the playbook a little bit here now and start being creative back on offense.
Or they could be a little more conservative like they were and just try to run a little bit of offense here and get some time off the clock as 2:58's left.
Well, that was the game plan from the start in my book, but they kind of blew that.
Castro comes through the secondary.
Nice.
Castro's got a first down and a little bit more. Castro gets all the way to the 40-yard line. Give him a gain of 11. He went from the 29 up to the 41, got 12. Give him a gain of 12. So 16 yards so far on this drive for the Cougars. Clock continues to move. It's 2:40 to go in the third quarter of play. We're all tied at 21. Again, thanks to our friend Fred Maxey over at Scoreboard Central. Barco with another stop there on defense. North Judson with a 34-0 lead over Culver Community, and Chittard beating Brebeuf Jesuit 35-16. And there was a jump on the line. It was Kistler. Kistler with a little bit of a movement. They saw it. Kistler tried to say, "Not me, sir." He was wrong. Kistler moved, and he waited. He just froze. He's like, "Okay, maybe they didn't see me." You're on the far side of the line, on the visitor or the home side. Of course, they're going to see you.
It's kind of like when a kid on a soccer field commits a foul and tries to hide from the ref so he can't get the yellow card.
Yeah, okay. Good soccer match to start our season. We'll have a couple next week here on Regional Radio Sports. Go to our website, rrsn.com video, so you too can find the Northwest Indiana the game of the week. Also presented by Route 1 Chevrolet. Cougars back in formation now. It's going to be 1st and 15 on the 36. Castro slips and falls, and that might have hurt a little bit. Castro looks like he lost about 4 on that run, maybe 5. It's called a loss of 5. Getting a little slippery out there.
Well, KV's kind of shooting themselves in the foot with their penalties, and they've had 3 penalties in this half. 2 10 yards and a 5 yard, so that's kind of kicked back any kind of drive that they and momentum they were putting together.
Tough place to play for any visiting team, but especially when it's the battle for the Cracker Barrel. And it's intercepted!
Oh, my.
Pass is intercepted by number 87 for Rensselaer Central, and he's back the other direction. He's finally brought down at the 7-yard line. Give Caden Doyle the interception. He brings it all the way back to the 7-yard line, and just like that, Rensselaer Central is in business at the KV 7-yard line.
That was an excellent dip in front of the receiver because he was wide. He was pretty much wide open, and Aurora didn't even see him hanging back there in his strong safety spot, and he just kind of snuck right in front of him and pulled it in. Great return, 10-20, probably about a 27, 28-yard return.
31, actually, a 31-yard interception return. And we've called Caden Doyle's name a lot tonight. Caden Doyle had a nice job. Caden Doyle, we're going to write your name down in ink, my friend. 31-yard interception return. Rensselaer Bombers in business with a chance to take their first lead of the night. They hand it off to Reyes-Hernandez. Or Hernandez-Reyes. Either way you look at it. He gets a move down the lane. Gets the ball forward for about 3. And we'll call it 2. Gain of 2. Ball sits on the 6.
And they are goal, so they can't get a first down.
That's correct.
So they're sitting out about on the 6, 7-yard line.
Is it the 6 or the 7?
We'll call it 6.5.
Okay. Okay. Looking for the inside, and there's a penalty flag. Cougars are looking for that. They need it. They're going to call it illegal shift. 2 men moving at the same time. Running back took off as the wing back came through the middle. They were trying to use the wing back as a lead blocker. Instead, they both moved at the same time. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. They're going to march it back. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 11-yard line. 38.9 seconds to go in this third quarter of play. We're all tied at 21 here.
Repeat second down. Looks like they're going to be out at about the 12-yard line. What's it say on the
They're
clock?
calling it the 11. Doyle, the author of the interception, coming in with a play. And if I'm not mistaken, it looks like the Bombers have names on the back of their helmets. Did you see that?
No.
Look at the back of their helmets. They have pieces of tape with their names on them. It's early in the season. Looking for the inside reverse handoff again. And that play has worked well all night long. Again, it's a handoff to Barco. Barco gets a gain back. I'm going to call it a gain of 5 to get him back to the 6-yard line. Clock's going to continue to wind. That's going to be the end of 3 quarters. Kent, you hold that thought. When we come back, we're going to have the 4th quarter of play. Rensselaer Central's on the move. They're knocking on the door. And when they're knocking on the door, you might want to let them in. Rensselaer Central and KV are tied at 21. We're back in 60. Regional Radio Sports.
Taking the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
CI Insurance is a proud corporate sponsor of all KV athletics. Please visit their offices in DeMont, Rensselaer, or Lowell. They have been family-owned and operated in part of our community since 1953. Check them out online at ciinsurance.com.
And if you're a fan of football, you need to read the 2023 Indiana Football Digest. 2023 Indiana Football Digest puts a bow on the 2022 campaign with recaps of all 6 state championship games, including Valparaiso's 5A state championship. Among the 400 pages will be previews and photos of all of the Indiana high schools and colleges playing football this coming fall, along with breaking down the top teams and the players to watch in 2023. We call it the Primetime 25. It also has special features and human interest stories. It's available online at IndianaFootballDigest.com. And Kent, I tell you, I'm still going to go to Ivy Tech for a reading class. I think that's going to happen. 4th quarter underway. Oh, I'm telling you, my friend, I might need something here. Beginning of the 4th quarter as we change our scoreboard. Rensselaer Central trying to take the lead for the first time. It's 3rd down and goal from the 6-yard line. Clock sitting at 12 minutes. A lot of time left in this ballgame, but Rensselaer Central needs to put it in the end zone. It's a low snap. They hand it inside to Barco again. Barco fighting his way forward. He gets all the way to the doorstep, but he's not quite in.
Broken.
Give him a gain of 5. It was a broken play.
Man, they're lucky to get what they got. I thought he was going to just fall on the ball right there. That was Hernandez with 5, you say?
Yeah, Hernandez. Oh, no, that was Barco. Barco on the inside handoff.
So do you go for 3 right now? Do you just go ahead and try and get the lead?
No. You got Westfall out there. The kid's the star, man. You got to go for it. At least that's what I would do. That's why I'm sitting up here instead of
they're listening to you, so they're going to go for it.
There's a first for everything. Westfall takes the snap. Can the Cougars get the stop? Barco in the end zone. Touchdown.
Whoa, good inside.
No way they were going to stop that inside run. Barco gets a 2-yard touchdown scamper. And for the first time tonight, Rensselaer Central has a 27-21 lead. So Barco with a scamper from 2 yards in. How will the Cougars respond? Cheerleaders are excited. Fans are excited. Cougar faithful over there in the student section a little quiet. They got more cheerleaders than they got football players. Look at all those cheerleaders on the sideline over there.
There are a lot.
Extra point on the way.
We got a good crowd here.
We sure do.
Great
Snap
crowd.
on the way. Kick is up. And it's good.
Now this is amazing. This is 3rd quarter. And the 3rd quarter, they went from 21-7 to 28-21 on top.
After the interception, they had a 4-play drive. Those 4 rushes, it resulted in a touchdown. 28-21 is our score. We're going to keep it right here. And Kent, this is not what KV wanted. They've given up 21 consecutive points.
Well, KV's, the Bombers can't take all the credit because KV's doing a fine job of shooting themselves in the foot.
Exactly.
I mean, their penalties, they're not connecting on their plays, they're having defensive breakdowns. So they're falling victim to their own failures.
Well, you know what? Also, you remember first game of the season. 4 plays on that drive, only 7 yards. Barker with the touchdown run plus the extra point. Extra point off of the foot of the kicker. That's Kyler Sigmund. He's had a good night tonight. But you notice they didn't go for, earlier in the game, they didn't use Sigmund, but Sigmund had one of those points blocked. But then they end up going for 2. Kankakee Valley is going to get a chance to hopefully tie up this ball game.
Yeah, that one they had blocked, it looked like they had some breakdown in their blocking patterns in that their assignments weren't executed properly.
So back to receive is going to be Zander again. He's back there with Eichmann.
Zander certainly wants to take this game in his own hands.
Well, he's done it once today. He can do it again. Like Steely Dan said, go back, Jack, and do it again. I'm kind of older than a lot of the people that are listening, so
I get
you
the
got
song.
it when you're older too.
Yeah.
Kick on the way, and they're going to kick it away. Let it go out of bounds, and it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a penalty. That ball's going to be placed on the 35-yard line. If they're going to kick it away from the Cougars, they're giving the Cougars excellent field position. So KV is going to start 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line.
All right, this is a critical series for KV to go ahead and get some points on the board, or at least make a good march down there and show that they have their offense back intact.
Post-game report will be brought to us by Route 1 Chevy in Moments, Illinois. Remember, you're only moments from Moments.
What are they going to do, kick it again?
They're going to make them kick it again. They're going to walk it off. That's a good move on KV's part. As I clear our scoreboard. Thank you that play didn't count because their scoreboard wasn't cleared. It's a pretty good job on my part to fix that. So the ball moved back to the 35-yard line. Cougars are going to move up, and they're going to show them where the line to gain will be now.
That's a good call by Kennedy. I want the ball kicked to my guy Zander. Kick it to me.
Kick it out of bounds again. We'll go back 10 more yards.
Yeah.
11:16 to go in this fourth quarter of play. Rensselaer Central with their first lead of the night, 28-21.
Now he'll kick it to a lineman.
Sigmund will now kick a squib. I'm thinking he's going to try to pick somebody to bounce it off of. Here we go. Nope, he goes to, guess who?
And it bounces
to Zander. Here comes Zander on the move. Zander looking for a run. He can't get there, but Zander breaks free. He gets all the way up to the 39-yard line. Don't kick to that man. You might have a problem. So the aggregate, after they took
22.
the penalty, they went from the 35 after the penalty, moved it up to the 39-yard line. So that penalty gained them 4 yards and a little bit of pain for Mr. Zander.
I'll give him 22 on that one, and he's got 200 yards return yardage with a touchdown.
My goodness. 83 yards of that was the kickoff return after they gave up the touchdown where Lane Zander was beaten twice in coverage tonight. But he's made up for it more than enough by playing outstanding on special teams. Castro on the left hip of Diego Arroyo. Arroyo barks out the signals. Now he's looking for the quick slant outside. He gets it to Deerdorf. Deerdorf gets wrapped up, but he gets free. Deerdorf was wrapped up, and now he fights his way forward for a gain of about 4 yards. Good job on the wide receiver who was trying to block. Just stood back and let Deerdorf come to him. Call it a gain of 2 after all of that on the first play there.
Yeah, he was wrapped up over there by his own teammates trying to block him off. When he spun around to get away from the defender, from the tackle, he ran into his own guy.
Don't be running into your own guys, man. That's not cool. We'll keep checking Scoreboard Central throughout the night. Penn extending their lead 38-21 over Valparaiso as Arroyo again is on the hip. They hand it off.
There he goes.
He's all the way into the secondary. Good job by Castro. Castro gets a handoff from Arroyo, fights all the way up to the 45-yard line. We're going to call it a gain of 14. So 14 yards on that carry. First pass gain 2, second run gain 14. Cougars are in business and moving the ball. They're at the 44-yard line as the clock continues to move. 10 minutes and 10 seconds left in this ball game. Kankakee Valley trying to tie up the game or possibly go for 2 and the win. In the last 24 contests, Rensselaer 18-6 against the Cougars. Almost a high snap again. And again, Castro fighting his way forward with that high running style. He falls forward for a gain of another 4. So Castro gets 4 more.
He's at 92 yards now, almost at that 100 mark. He's got 15 carries.
Only 2 games last year, Castro rushed for over 100 yards. But again, he was a surprise. When they had injuries to their senior, Max Griffey, they decided to go with Castro, and it's a good thing they did. He ran for 838 yards last year and did a real good job defensively, but late in the season, they took him off the defensive lineup to keep him on the offensive end. This year, he's playing both ways. And that happens a lot in these 3, 4, and 2A schools. The kids will play both ways. Deerdorf played secondary. Now he's a defensive end this year. Now they're looking for another quick screen out there. Guess who? It's going to Xander, but they sniffed that one out. It was a loss of 1. They were trying to get Xander free, and wouldn't you? I would too. Scoreboard says go Bombers as the clock continues to move. And there's a weird symbol on there. It should be an X, but it's a Twitter symbol. They changed the bird. It's an X now. I don't understand it. My daughter tells me that it's called X now, Dad. Okay. I call it the tweeter.
Never followed it. Never been on it.
And our cameraman getting a great shot as he zooms out just a little bit. Castro takes a look almost to jumping off sides, and there it was again.
That's a broken play.
Castro getting to the outside, and he can't get free. Castro fights his way back to the original line of scrimmage. But it's the fifth play, excuse me. Cougars might have to punt here. They're going to have to keep Castro and the punting team out there. Diego Arroyo, excuse me. 4th down and 8 on the 42-yard line. 8 minutes and 11 seconds to go in this ball game. Rensselaer Central has scored 21 unanswered points. They lead 28-21. Coach Meeks trying to get his 19th victory against the Kankakee Valley Cougars. There's an end-over-end kick, and it's a dandy. Going towards the corner. They're going to let it roll all the way down to the 1-yard line. An excellent punt.
41 yards.
41 and a half yards. Look where they marked that ball. It is literally on a death's doorstep right there on the goal line. That's an excellent job by the KV Cougars. 41-yard punt for Arroyo. This is what the Cougars might need. Not a lot of room to operate, and that inside handoff could be trouble for Rensselaer Central. As I mark my pages 1, 2, and 3 so I don't lose my order for our postgame show. Drive charts, using 3 sheets so far. That's a good thing. I didn't expect to be using more than 1 or 2. I thought this would be a grind-em-out game. It's been anything but. 28-21 is our score. 7:50 to go in this ball game. Don't forget to join us for our Route 1 postgame show. Kendall, I have all the statistics. He's got to get a second pen because he's been marking down all these rushes.
My lead has run out of my pencils.
People think I have lead in my head. I do. Ball on the 1-yard line. Bombers bark out the signals. They switch the formation. And there's a penalty flag. How are they going to walk this one off? Is it a delay of game? It's a delay of game, so it's going to be a 1/8 inch penalty right here. If our cameraman can zoom in just a little bit.
That'll be their 4th penalty.
And let's see him walk it off. He's going to do the width of his shoe. He literally took his shoe, turned it sideways. Look where the ball is located. Thanks for the close-up, Daniel. I appreciate it. That is as close to the goal line as you can get. The offensive line right there on the doorstep. Rensselaer Central with a wide out way outside. It's going to be Doyle to the outside. He's had a big night. Here comes the blitz. Bombers just trying to get out of the end zone, and they do.
They did a nice job of pushing that out to the 5.
Yeah, so it's a gain of probably, we'll call it a gain of 5. So Rensselaer Central started on their own, and I'm writing this down. The Rensselaer 99 3/4 line, and I put the 3/4 on there. Clock started at 7 minutes and 40 seconds. First play is a rush for 5. Bombers have 2nd down, and they called it a gain of 3. It's 2nd and 7. Ball resting on the 4-yard line. They'll call it the 5, but I think it's the 4. Now it's an inside handoff to Barco.
Going back up the middle.
They're just trying to fight their way forward. They can waste time here, too. Cougars have got to figure out.
Should be.
Cougars have 2 timeouts left, I do believe.
No, they've got all 3.
They've got all 3.
Both teams have all 3.
They only used 1 in that half.
Each team used 1 in the first half, and that's it.
So they called that one a gain of 4. I call it a gain of 4, Mr. Public Address Man. 6:43 to go. Bombers trying to get this long yard and get a first down. Here comes Barco in motion. And what a play by Westfall. And Westfall into the secondary. He looked for the ball behind him, but it was in his hands. He broke into the secondary, and Eichmann makes the tackle. But it's a huge gain.
Gain of about what we're going to give him there, about 7 or 8.
I'd call it a gain of 8. Nice job by Westfall to make that play.
good hands. He just dribbled. The ball was snapped past him, and he was able to tip it up, grab it back, and then just take off and run. Well, actually, just running for his life.
He's
after
like
that.
Spider-Man, man. It just stuck right to his hand. That was beautiful.
I tell you what, the kid is having a game, man. There's no doubt about it.
The kid's no longer a kid. He's a young man now with 6:19 to go, 28-21. Rensselaer Central with the lead. There's a handoff to the outside. Hernandez-Reyes gets piled on. Got to be careful.
I think that was Barco on that one.
Was it
beat
Barco?
Barco getting beat up.
No, it was Hernandez-Reyes, I do believe. We'll find out. Yeah, Hernandez-Reyes is angry because he got hit late by 22. So Hernandez-Reyes had that carry. Marco Castro with the late hit. It was 22 on 22 crime. Going to call it a loss of 3.
He's at 69 yards.
Castro needs to get another stop.
Got 24 carries.
Cougars need to get the ball back. Now there's another inside handoff to Barco. Barco breaks into the secondary. Ball is loose! And they're going to solve the fumble. And let's see if the Cougars have recovered. And it is Kankakee Valley football. Cougars recover the ball. And there's a player down for Rensselaer Central. Ball's recovered at the 19-yard line. I think this is Barco that's down. He might have a cramp, actually, because he's got his foot up in the air. But Barco fumbled the football. Kankakee Valley recovered that ball. I think Castro might have been the one on the bottom of that pile that recovered the fumble.
Barco may have picked up about 4 yards on that play.
Give him 4 yards and the fumble. So the Cougars are in business. They're inside the Family Express red zone. And it is a cramp. That is the worst feeling in the world. You could cut my leg off and I'd feel better than having a cramp because he's got his toe up, his foot. They're trying to get them. And I'm surprised more kids haven't cramped up because it's still, even though it's only about 75 degrees, it's still a little bit humid out there. Daniel, what's it feeling like upstairs? Is it cooling off at all?
Yeah, it is, but you can start to see some fog kind of rolling in. If you look at the lights, you see a lot of moisture.
Ooh, it's not the fog machine on the sidelines. You're telling me that's real fog?
Yes, it is.
All right. Real fog. The man knows it. Listen, he said he wants to be a sports broadcaster. I think he should become a meteorologist.
I think so, too, yeah.
He's the third man in the booth. Good job, Daniel. You're doing a great job all night.
Great job. Thank you.
Daniel Marlowe will be with us next week as well as we go up the road just a little bit up Route 49 as we go ahead and take a look and we talk to our friends over at Kankakee Valley. We'll be in the Cougar Den next Friday night. Be in the press box. Again, the press box food being provided by our friends at Family Express. Family Express on the web at familyexpress.com. You can also find them in Northwest and North Central Indiana in their kitchens. Cravens to order. Find them on the web at familyexpress.com.
So
Cougars, go ahead.
I was going to say, Cougars got a great chance to right the ship for this game right now if they can punch one in.
They're on the Rensselaer 19-yard line at 5:31 to go. They need to get a touchdown right here. Snap this time was good, and it's going to be a handoff there. Look for the reverse. What great blocking to the outside. It's Castro. He's down to the 10, the 5. He dives for the end zone. And it's going to be out of bounds right around the marker. And they say Castro just almost made it. He got down to the 2-yard line.
17 yards.
So a 17-yard gain with Castro in that high running style.
That takes him well over the 100-yard mark.
Cougars have got to punch their ticket to the end zone right here. 28-21, Rensselaer Central with the lead. And a barn burner for the Cracker Barrel. By the way, I know where I'm going for dinner after this game. Wide out to the side is going to be Eichmann. Eichmann says, I'm good. On the far side is Deerdorf. Arroyo gets the snap almost too high. Arroyo punched the outside, and he's swarmed down by Rensselaer Central Bombers. It's going to be a loss of 2.
That snap is taking a step away from the KV because he has to go up. He was supposed to get that ball and just dart off the tackle. Now he's got to go up. So you're giving that defense one step. They've got to get that under control.
If you start singing "Give Me One Step," I'm going to be out of here. Again, an update: Brebeuf losing to Chittard 35-16. Brebeuf about a mile from my daughter's apartment in Indianapolis. Go by that all the time. Arroyo under center. He's looking to get the ball, and it's a fumble. Ball is loose. Cougars fall on it.
You got to be kidding.
No, it's Rensselaer Central recovers the fumble. Bad snap to Arroyo. He was under center, but Rensselaer Central recovers the fumble. Looks like it was recovered by number 32. It's Carter Ogborn. He's had a big night as well. So a fumble by Arroyo with the Cougars on the doorstep, 4 minutes and 40 seconds. 1st and 10 for Rensselaer Central on the KV on their own 2-yard line. 4:40 to go in this ball game. KV had a golden opportunity, and they let it slip by as there was a fumble. 3 plays resulted in 19 yards and a fumble.
Timeout.
Timeout on the field, and it's going to be taken by the Kankakee Valley Cougars. Will take it as well. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the ball game. 28-21. Rensselaer Central with the lead here on Regional Radio Sports.
Route 1 Chevrolet is proud to support Northwest Indiana High School athletics, as well as serve the new and pre-owned vehicle and service needs of customers in Northwest Indiana. Over the past decade, Route 1 Chevrolet in Momence, Illinois, has consistently received the highest sales and service customer satisfaction ratings of any General Motors dealer in all of Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. Their customers have made them number one. When you think of what is important to you, think of number one, Route 1. Route 1 is open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday. Route 1 is conveniently located at 631 North Dixie Highway in Momence, Illinois. Route 1 is 10 minutes from Lowell, 15 minutes from Cedar Lake, and 20 minutes from DeMott. In all cases, Northwest Indiana customers are only moments from Momence. Route 1 can be reached at 815-424-6068 and can be found on the web at Route1Chevy.com.
Raucous crowd here at the home of the Rensselaer Bombers. 4:40 to go in this ballgame. Kankakee Valley squandered a golden opportunity on the doorstep. They were at the 2-yard line. First a high snap to Arroyo, brought him back 1 yard, and then he got under center. Another bad snap, put the ball on the carpet, or actually the grass. I forget, we're on regular grass here. It's not turf. It is turf, but it's real turf. Handoff inside to Barco. Barco breaks contain. He gets up to the 7-yard line. Barco's been working hard all night.
That he has. Barco's 83 yards.
I think Barco's doing a great job, but I'll be telling you that I think our strong bid for our Route 1 Chevy Player of the Game for Rensselaer Central would be Cohen Westfall.
Absolutely.
He's had a heck of a game.
Yes.
And on the other side of the ball, I would say probably Lane Zander is making a strong bid, although we could also make an argument for Mr. Castro as well. But Lane Zander with that long touchdown return after the Bombers tied up the ball game. Again, in motion, ball loose. It's fumbled. Cougars might have it. They're pointing in that direction. Is it another fumble? It is! The Cougars get the fumble recovery. It looks like Eichmann was the one with the fumble recovery. Cougars have got a chance. Rensselaer Central just doing everything they can to keep Kankakee Valley in this ball game.
They are trying to hand the game over. There's no doubt about
that. They're not trying to hand out
this.
anything. They're trying to drop it.
Yeah.
So fumble on that exchange. It will give the fumble to Barco. So now KV gets the ball again. KV is on the Rensselaer 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal. 3:52 to go. Kent, I don't want to tell you, but we might be going to overtime. Let's see what the snap looks like. Still high.
Still high.
They hand it off to Castro.
Oh, nice penetration.
Castro gets taken down. And guess who? It's Hernandez-Reyes on the stop.
Nice penetration there.
Hernandez-Reyes gets they might have gotten a gain of 1. No, they're going to say no gain. So no gain on that call. Actually, a loss of 1. It's a loss of a yard is the voice of God. That's a loss of a yard. I can't do that. It's been a long day. If I had a voice like that, Kent, you and I'd be in a different venue.
Bellows from the heavens.
Yeah, it's a loss of a yard. 3:19 to go in this fourth quarter play. Cougars have got to punch the ball into the end zone right here. Castro's on the left hips of Arroyo. They hand it off to Castro. Castro lumbers into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars! Castro finds the end zone from 5 yards out. 2 plays, 48 seconds. Cougars are 1 extra point away from tying up this ball game.
Like the Bombers handed back to them.
They just wanted us to have overtime.
I guess so.
I guess. Cougars are going to go for the extra point. Or are they going to go for 2? We're going to see what they're going to do.
It's not a conference game.
I think they go. I think they go for 2. I think they go for the win. Let's see what they're going to do. And they are going to go for 2. It looks like Cougars are going to try to put this ball in the end zone and get the win. Cougars are going to try to take the lead right here. They need to get 3 yards.
How much time's left on the clock?
3 minutes and 4 seconds left on the clock. Thank you for prompting me on that. Cougars are in formation. They're going to try to get 2 and take the lead. We're not going for the tie and stop. Doing that extra point is stop, and it's Hernandez Reyes who says, "Not in my house." The 2-point conversion is no good.
Now, I thought you could have had a little more creativity in the play. If you're going to go for 2, have a trick play or have something more up your sleeve, because they've been seeing that all day. I think I would have come up with a little bit more creative of a play or something that you have an exit with that you could roll out and you could run if you want to, or you can screen or do something that could prolong the life of the play.
28-27 is our score. Is it too early to onside kick? I mean, that would be the element of surprise, wouldn't it be? Kankakee Valley, don't they have all 3 of their timeouts left?
They have all 3, as I see.
Exactly.
So no, they have 2.
They only have 2?
They have 2.
So Kankakee Valley was going for the win.
KV's got 3. Now, that is a good question. Would you onside kick here or just try and kick them back into the hole as far as you can?
They've got the hands team out there.
And rather than give them good field position, give the Bombers good field position with an onside kick, or put them back there and let your defense try and scratch another ball out.
And it is Rensselaer Central's hands team out there. The quarterback's out there, along with 87. We've called his name all night. Caden Doyle's out there. Looks like we've got very few linemen out there. Cougars may look for a squib, or they may try to kick it deep. Rensselaer Central Bombers had 21 unanswered points, and they looked like they were in control, but when they fumbled the ball, Kankakee Valley put the ball in the back of the end zone. It looks like they are going for the onside kick, Kent.
There's plenty of time to go ahead and do it. You could still, do the onside kick, stop them, and still have time to get down on score. So going for 2 at this point, wasn't too bad of a call by Kennedy.
Can you get a delay of game for taking too long to put the ball on the tee?
Must be the wind.
The referee says, young man, I think you need to get moving here.
Step it up, pal.
Love the Kankakee Valley Cougars, and what a great season we're going to have if every game is like this. Cougars are looking for an onside kick. Down by a point, 3:04 to go in the ball game. Hands in the air. Here comes the onside kick. And no, he goes as a squib. It goes in between.
Oh, nice placement.
Got a little backspin.
Nice placement. He got it.
He fumbled. He recovered it.
He recovered it.
Nice. That is an onside kick. Unbelievable.
Oh, my.
That is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Caught the Bombers sleeping there.
My goodness.
He dropped that right in a place where there was no Bombers, right over all the people expecting the onside kick to avoid over there when no one's around, and they put one of their speediest guys running down the sidelines.
Braden Swallow recovered that onside kick. Cougars in business on the 15-yard line of Rensselaer Central. Oh, my goodness. I cannot wait to talk to Kirk Kennedy about that call. On the Rensselaer 15, 3 minutes and 4 seconds to go. Kankakee Valley with a chance for a touchdown and the lead. Here comes the snap to Arroyo. He hands it inside to Castro. Again, that high snap. Castro moves the pile. Ball is loose, and it's recovered. Was he down?
I think he was down. He was down. He's calling him down, I believe.
No, I don't think he is. We're going to find out. We're going to say he was down by contact. We're going to see what they say. He was down. What's the call? They're going to say he was down by contact. No, it's Rensselaer Central ball. Castro with the fumble, fighting for extra yards, and they're going to say that he was not down.
That looked like he was at his knee down when he was hit.
And the referees are going to say it belongs to Rensselaer Central. What else can happen? One play, it's a fumble by Castro. Castro with that high running style.
He was hit hard. There's no doubt. He was crunched.
And that last player in was number 22, Hernandez Reyes.
So Castro picks up 4 and loses a fumble.
And the big man, number 68, the freshman.
Now.
Hunter Lacoste. Actually, I'm sorry, he's only 315-pound junior. Handoff inside, gets to the outside, getting outside, trying to stay on his feet. And he's loose. It's Hernandez-Reyes out of bounds.
First down.
Hernandez-Reyes probably should have stayed inbounds because he stopped the clock at 2:47. And there's a penalty flag.
What did he pick up, about 14
It looks like 14 yards on the gain and a penalty flag afterwards.
Unsportsmanlike conduct? I didn't see it.
And what Eichmann is saying is he's saying, I got grabbed. Personal foul against Kankakee Valley. They're going to call it on Eichmann. So it was 1st and 10 on the Rensselaer 15. We'll give him a gain of, it looks like 17 yards to take it up to, 16 to take it up to the 31-yard line. Now they're going to walk off an additional 15. Wheels coming off for the Cougars. 2:47 to go. Ball moved up to the 46-yard line. And Kirk Kennedy's looking for an explanation. Kirk Kennedy's saying, and what they're saying is Eichmann saying, I got pushed.
I think we could rename this one the hot potato ball.
I'm telling you what.
Nobody can hang on to the ball. Hot potato
everywhere.
Hot potato cracker bowl.
Now I'm going to have potato soup when I get home. 2 minutes and 47 seconds in a fantastic ball game. It's gotten a little sloppy here at the end. After no turnovers and a lot of clean football, we've had penalty flags and fumbles left and right. Ground might be a little slippery. It is natural grass. A little bit foggy out there, according to our meteorologist, Daniel Marlowe. And now into the secondary. He breaks forward for another 8 yards. Hernandez-Reyes. Cougars are going to have to start thinking about stopping the clock. 24 yards plus the penalty. It's 39 yards so far on this drive. And now the Bombers into Cougar territory. Ball on the 46-yard line as the clock continues to move. 2-2-2 on the scoreboard.
Hernandez-Reyes at 93 yards.
2nd down and 1 yard to go. And Rensselaer is going to take all the time they need as the play clock is down to 13 seconds. Now they come to the line. Quarterback for them is Cohen Westfall. He's had a heck of a game. Inside handoff. Cougars get a stop, and they might want to stop the clock. Instead, the clock runs exactly at 2 minutes. They stop it. It'll be a gain of 1. This is a pivotal play in this ball game. The Cougars can get a stop on 3rd and 1. They're going to get the ball back. Kankakee Valley takes the timeout.
Taking their first one.
We'll take it as well. 2 minutes to go in this ball game. 28-27, Rensselaer Central with the lead. We're back in 60 on Regional Radio Sports.
State Farm Insurance asked, what if you're walking out to your car and it's been mashed by a runaway garbage truck? Having a State Farm agent means having a real person to help you when things go wrong. So when accidents happen, you've got someone you know who will be there when you need them. See Connie Bernardi, 1072 Joliet Street, U.S. Highway 30 in Dyer. Call Connie at 219-322-9959. State Farm agent Greg Taylor is at 794 McCool Road in Valparaiso. Call Greg at 219-762-4911. And Dave Ross, 450 West Lincoln Way, Suite 210 Valparaiso, 464-3581.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Kirk Kennedy on the sidelines pleading his case with the officials, trying to figure out what that call was on Eichmann. It was a personal foul, 15-yard penalty called on the Cougars, and Kirk Kennedy still pleading his case with the officials. Cougars are on the move defensively. They've got to get a stop here at 3rd down and 1 yard to go on the 45-yard line with 2 minutes left to go in this ball game. Don't forget to join us for our post-game report, giving you our players of the game, talking about our next broadcast. Penn 38-21 over Valparaiso.
Can't even bend over and see.
2 minutes to go. Ball's on the 45-yard line. Cougars are in business if they can get a stop. Rensselaer Central letting that play clock run. Now they hand it off inside to Reyes Hernandez, and he pushes the pile forward. He's got the first down. So Reyes Hernandez gets a gain of 3. And they're going to say move the chains. That gain of 3. Bombers get a first down. They started on the 15-yard line. Now they're on the Kankakee Valley.
Oh, we got a flag.
And there might be a flag for taunting. Let's see what the call is. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Oh, Bombers.
On the Bombers.
That's not good.
This might be the break that Kankakee Valley Cougars need. They're going to walk off 15 here. And that was thrown by the referee. So somebody said something. And when we talked to Chris Meeks, he said one of the things he liked about this rivalry was that the kids didn't trash talk. The kids got along. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Rensselaer Central is the call. 1:51 to go. Now it's going to be first down and 25 big yards to go. Cougars need to get a stop here. 1:51 with one timeout. Time is not their friend as the play clock winds down to 20.
KV's got. Are they in the victory formation already?
No, sir. No. Reyes Hernandez has got it loose. He's to the outside. He gets wrapped down by Diego Arroyo.
Nice tackle.
Diego Arroyo with an open field tackle.
Picks up about 5 on that one.
There's another timeout for KV. That might be their last.
I've got them down for 2. What's it show on the clock?
I can't see it from this direction.
It's their second timeout. They got one more timeout.
So 28-27 is our score. The Kankakee Valley Cougars went for 2 in the win. And then one of the most unlikely you can't really call it an onside kick. They set up like they were going onside, but they went over the top. And then on the outside, Braden Swallow ran down to like the 15-yard line, and Rensselaer Central just let the ball hit. Swallow picked it up, and the Cougars were back in business. They got all the way down to the goal line, but then they fumbled the ball again. Rensselaer Central got the ball back. They fumbled it as well. Back and forth we go. Where we stop, nobody knows, but 1:38 to go in this ball game. 28-27. It's going to be second down and 20 when the ball gets snapped on the 47-yard line. So glad you could join us. If this is the way the rest of the season is going to go, Kent, I'm gonna need a little more voice in me. I'm telling you.
I think so. Well, you just got burned out Wednesday too by doing the Hobart-Munster game. So I mean, if this is the way your season's gonna go,
I can't.
I think you better find your cardiologist again.
By the way, you didn't wish me happy anniversary because 2 years ago, yesterday, I ended up in the hospital and I missed my first play-by-play call on the Northwest Indiana game of the week. Luckily, Mike Knezovich stepped in for me. I've gotten a lot of well wishes and haven't had a Pepsi in 2 years. I'm pretty proud of that.
That's good.
I'm telling you, man, a guy my age, you got to be careful. You got to watch your P's and Q's. Here comes the snap to Westfall. Rensselaer just needs to get a first down. They get the ball outside to Hernandez Reyes, and he's to the outside. He's at the 15 smartly. He stays in bounds. Xander makes the tackle.
There, but he picks up, he picked up about 15, 16 yards
16 yards, and it was a nice job. He looked like he was going for the sideline instead. Xander stopped him. Third down and 7 yards to go. They did call it again.
Running.
Clock is running at 1:12, almost down to the 1 minute mark. 70 seconds left in this ball game. 28-27. Rensselaer Central with the lead. Bombers trying to run this record in the last 11 years to 8-3. And Chris Meeks has won 20 of the last 25 years. If he gets the win tonight, he'll be 19-6.
Whoa. Bombers called timeout.
Timeout, Rensselaer Central.
No, they're not going to charge him with that. Why would they call timeout?
We're going to find out what the call is.
The Bomber coaching staff does not seem too pleased with what that went down.
Okay, and they're going to say it was charged to Kankakee Valley. Referees figuring it out. Hey, it's the first game of the season for them as well. If you want to be an official, go to ihsaa.org and click the word officials.
No, they're giving it I'm sorry.
Rensselaer Central?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a quick 30. We'll talk about the IHSAA.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Big third down. What do we got? Third?
Back here at Rensselaer Central, we do have a big third down coming up, Kent. 3rd and 7, balls on the 40-yard line, 58.7. So you know what I was thinking about today? I was thinking about the first time that you and I worked a broadcast. I think it was a state championship soccer game where the Crown Point Bulldogs won a state title.
Oh, yeah.
You and I had never worked together. We were hugs all around. It was a lot of fun. God, that was a good time.
That was fun.
It sure was.
Especially when your son is the head
coach, man.
That wins it.
I love it.
It was a great broadcast.
I love it. So here come the Bombers. They hand the ball off the inside. There's a stop. And the ball is stopped. Is it stopped? And it's going to be fourth down. Fourth down, it's going to be timeout Kankakee Valley. So Kankakee Valley gets a fortuitous look now. So we're going to call it a gain of 3. Makes it gain of 6. Fourth down and 1 yard to go. If Rensselaer Central gets this first down, this ball game will come to an end. If Rensselaer Central gets stopped, Kankakee Valley Cougars may have life. See what kind of distance their quarterback has in his arm and what kind of leg his kicker might have. Because the Cougars, this is a big fourth down stop. This is definitely different than last year's game that the Cougars lost 19-0. And this year the Cougars got out to a 21-7 lead, but it's been all Rensselaer Central in the second half as the Bombers scored 21 unanswered points to make it 28-20. Cougars recovered an onside kick, actually, a squib kick, whatever you want to call it, punched the ball into the end zone, but then they went for 2 and the victory. They missed that 2-point conversion. Castro got the touchdown, but the 2-point conversion was no good. And afterwards, when the Cougars recovered a fumble by Rensselaer Central, Castro gave the ball right back to the Bombers. This is the ball game right here. Fourth down and 1. Snap on the way. Here it is. Hernandez-Reyes has got the first down, and the Bombers are going to get the win. It's a gain of 4 yards for Reyes-Hernandez. And now they're going to be able to go into victory formation as the clock continues to wind. Rensselaer Central is going to get the victory. What an unlikely victory for Rensselaer Central as they were down 21-7. You know it's a win when the coordinators start running out of the booth. And here come the students to storm the field, and well, they should. 30 seconds now. Rensselaer Central is just going to take a knee. And he takes a knee, and that's going to be it. And in his first start as a varsity quarterback, Cohen Westfall gets to raise his hands in the air, and boy, that young man does care as the clock continues to wind. Our final score is going to be Rensselaer Central 28, Kankakee Valley 21. Rensselaer Central is going to run their record to 1-0, while KV will drop to 0-1. Rensselaer Central gets the victory. For the Rensselaer Central Bombers, they're getting a chance to shake hands with the KV Cougars. Cracker Barrel is going to stay here in the Cracker Barrel. If we get our cameraman to take a look to the left of our shot, you can see the man carrying the Cracker Barrel. There it is. If you want to take a look there.
Where is it?
There's the Cracker Barrel. It's striped. It's still in Rensselaer Central colors. It's kind of like the keg in the Porter County Conference, but the Cracker Barrel is going to stay black, red, and white as the Rensselaer Central Bombers retain the Cracker Barrel trophy with a 28-27 victory over the Kankakee Valley Cougars. Take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have our Route 1 Chevy postgame show as the Kankakee Valley Cougars fall to the Rensselaer Central Bombers here on opening night on Regional Radio Sports.
Hi, this is Paul Condry of the Regional Radio Sports Network. That may be my professional title, but did you know that I'm also the son of a U.S. Navy World War II veteran and a proud father of a United States Marine? Let me share with you something very close to my heart. It's called the Semper Fi Fund, and its program America's Fund, which provides immediate lifetime support for post-9/11 wounded, critically ill, and injured members of the U.S. Armed Forces, veterans, and their families to ease recovery and transition back home to their communities. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. The basic idea that drives these efforts is simple. For as much as our heroes have sacrificed, they deserve the best care and support available in their hour of need, whenever it may occur. The Semper Fi Fund, a 4-star charity and an A+ rating, has served over 16,000 members since 2004. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. For more information, visit them online at www.semperfifund.org.
And before we continue on, and as the fans storm the field, let's remind you, brought you high school football here on Regional Radio Sports.
Podcast is brought to you by the Regional Radio Sports Network, your ticket to the best seat in the house since